Hello. I can very, very quickly help you to become awake, to really, really see through the delusion of a self. And it's just with one exercise that you need to do every single day, multiple times every single day. And then the entire delusion will fall. So, are you ready? I would like for you to notice how much is a thought and how much is reality. Because if you remove all thoughts, the only thing that is left is reality. And even that will start to dissolve. So the exercise is very, very simple. It's just for you to notice during the day, how much are you thinking about what is happening and how much is actually happening? Because the problem is that in every single situation that we have throughout the day, we have opinions about what is happening. We're judging what is happening. We're comparing what is happening. And what we are comparing and judging and having opinions about is based on our previous experiences. And the problem with that is that we no longer are present in this moment because we are in our thoughts. So the exercise with really, really becoming aware of how much are you thinking about what is happening and how much is actually happening. And when you think now that you know, okay, this is not a thought, this is actually happening, I would like for you to ask yourself, are you sure? How do you know for sure that you know what is actually happening? And that puts you into another inquiry that you can make. And that is really just noticing how much is your thought right now describing what is happening? And how much is your thought adding to what is happening? And both of those are still thoughts. So let's say that you're in a situation, somebody is angry at you for something, and you start to get feelings in your body. Those feelings that you have in your body is happening in you. And it's not happening because of what they are saying, because other people can stand and hear what they are saying and not have any reactions at all. So that is happening in you too. They're saying something. They're speaking into a truth that you recognize, something about you that you don't want to be true, or something that you don't want to be as it is, or you wish that you are different, or anything like that. That is in the fourth, fifth feather that I can recommend you to look into. That is all about the things that we want and the things that we don't want. So when somebody's saying something and you start to have feelings in your body, that situation is now different than how you think it is because you're in your thoughts. So in that situation, notice how much is actually happening right now. How much are your thoughts describing what is happening right now? And when you're describing it, does your thought add to the situation? They're saying something. Are you assuming what they're saying? Are you assuming what they mean? Or are you actually hearing what they're saying? Not only the words, but also noticing in the situation what is actually going on in them. Can you pull yourself up to the fifth floor and just notice what is actually happening right now? And when you do that, even then, be aware of how much your thought is adding all the time, or how much your thought is describing all the time. And neither of those are real. They're still just thoughts. So in the awakening curriculum, what we're trying to do with working through all the different attachments that we have and all the different ways that we identify, it is so we take one topic that we know that we tend to identify with, and then we just twist and turn the kaleidoscope so we see it from lots of different angles. And it's necessary to do that because otherwise there will always be like an underlying belief that will make you react in a certain way without you even being aware. So if you do this exercise and just notice in every single moment, how much are you thinking about what is happening right now and what is actually happening? When you catch yourself in noticing, okay, this is actually happening. It's raining right now. So that is actually happening. Okay, is that a thought that is describing? Of course it is. Of course it is. Your description of the weather is that it's raining. So see if you even can remove the description. This is obviously not something that you're going to live your life like that and driving around in a car and having everything dissolve. This is something that you can do as an inquiry multiple times every single day. Because just like riding a bike or playing the guitar, the more you practice, the better you will be at it. And the easier it is for you in the moment to really snap out of your delusion of the separate self and of what you think is happening in this moment. So let's say you're standing outside and it starts to rain. Notice if your mind is adding to that. The rain is cold. Oh no, it's raining. Oh yay, now the garden is going to get some water. That is the adding. Then when you notice that, okay, all the adding is always my judgment about it. It's always about my opinions about it. Remove all that. What you have left is the describing. It's raining. Remove even that. What is actually happening right now if you're not describing? What you will notice is that when a raindrop is landing on your forehead, you will have a sensory experience that is so clear and so pure, but cannot be described because the moment you do that, you are in your mind. So you feel a raindrop landing on your forehead, and you have that sensory experience of the nervous system that is feeling a drop of water. You feel the texture with the water on your skin. And that is the now. That is the moment where you are pure here in your sensory experience, just noticing. But if you start to make something out of nothing about it, where you start to create, oh, and that was lovely. No, 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 no. Right now, you're back in describing and you're adding. Remove that. So the experience, the sensory experience, where reality is playing out, where reality is happening, is so, so fleeting. You can hardly notice how a raindrop is landing on your forehead before that moment is gone and another raindrop is landing. And what you will find out is that every single experience that is happening is new, because your mind is what is weaving those things together into a memory of, oh, now I'm soaking wet. Now I'm standing in the rain and I'm soaking wet. Well, started out just like one drop on my forehead. Now I'm absolutely soaking wet. That is your mind that is now adding to the experience. Remove that. It's your mind describing, it's creating stories with time that is included in it. Remove time. And just stand and have that sensory experience now, 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 with what is happening, without any opinions, without any assumptions, without any descriptions, without adding anything, just a pure sensory experience. And now I would like for you to do that with all your senses. It can be very, very overwhelming when you're standing and having those pure experiences with what you see, what you hear, what you smell, taste, and feel. Because standing there, having the rain land on your head and smelling how all the oils are getting, mixed, all the chemicals are mixed in with the water droplets, that makes it possible for your nose to suddenly smell it and your brain to register the different smells that you have, and suddenly the experience is completely different. For every raindrop that lands, your experience will change. You will hear how the raindrops are coming more and more into being closer and closer in the experience. But I want you to experience that without the memory of the previous moment, but just in a purity and a very intimate closeness where it's your senses that are experiencing. So what you see, what you hear, what you smell, taste, and touch. Have it to be that pure without any description or anything added to it. And if you want to go even further, when you're standing in that moment and experiencing the raindrop and the sound and the smells, I would like for you to unpin the experience. So you're standing and you're feeling the drops. Close your eyes and you're feeling the drops landing on you. It feels like there's a center that is experiencing that the sounds are all around you, that you are standing here and the drops are landing on you. Can you unpin that? Just like with the Google Maps, where you pin on the map and then you can look in a 360-degree around you. Can you unpin that? And then without the mind creating anything, you just stand in a very, very pure experience of a now, where there's not a past where you're comparing to your previous experience of the rain. There's not a future where you think, if I'm going to stay here, I'm going to get cold. I bet I'm completely soaked now. I better go in and get some dry clothes on and a warm cup of tea. None of that. Just stay in that pure, pure experience where you have even unpinned the experiencer. And now see if you can adapt that to your life now and now and now. It is a practice. And it's what we do with the Awakening curriculum. We're helping you with all the different ways that you are identifying in your life, because there are very many, many different ways that we identify where we experience an I here in the center. But what we're doing with the Awakening curriculum is taking you through those experiences and questioning what you think is happening. Is that actually happening? Are you sure? We have another channel, the Unfettered Mindfulness, where we have all the inquiries that you could ever need. There are meditations, all the meditations you could ever need. You have everything on our channels. So this is the exercise that I would like for you to experience. Let me know how you're getting on with it. And yeah, I think that was it. Thank you.